Welcome to the VS Criminal Defense Attorneys podcast, providing an informative resource on criminal law with a specific focus on sex crimes. From protecting yourself from false accusations to understanding the exact boundaries of the law, being informed is always the best first line of defense. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by attorney Michelle Villanueva-Scura.
In this episode, we aim to deeply explore the intricate legal landscape surrounding undercover operations and sexual assault charges in Arizona. We'll delve into whether individuals could potentially face sexual assault charges when an undercover agent is involved, shedding light on the complexities of this scenario. The dynamic interaction between law enforcement techniques during undercover sex stings introduces a range of complicated legal dilemmas, particularly in the realm of undercover operations. A recurring question that surfaces in this domain is whether an individual can face sex trafficking and aggravated luring charges if the alleged victim turns out to be an undercover agent. This discussion aims to unpack the intricacies of the Arizona Revised Statutes Section 1314-07, shedding light on the legal framework that governs sexual offenses and undercover activities within the state of Arizona. By examining the specifics of ARS 1314-07, this podcast endeavors to navigate through the complex legal terrain that surrounds the prosecution of sexual offenses in the context of undercover law enforcement efforts. Let's begin by deeping dive into ARS Section 1314-07 so we can decipher Arizona's legal stance on sexual offenses. ARS 1314-07 provides a detailed legal foundation for addressing various sexual offenses in Arizona, with a particular emphasis on sex trafficking. This legislation categorically defines sex trafficking as the act of intentionally or knowingly engaging in any prostitution or sexually explicit performance by deception, coercion, or force. The statute meticulously delineates the offense's elements, centering the exchange of money for sexual services. Through an in-depth exploration of ARS 1314-07, we aim to clarify the legal principles that determine the prosecution of sex trafficking cases, highlighting the significance of the use of an undercover officer and the implications of its absence within the legal process. Now, we must understand the critical role of undercover agents in investigating sexual crimes. Undercover agents, who are law enforcement officers concealing their true identities, play a vital role in collecting evidence or information pertinent to criminal activities. When it comes to sexual offenses, the stakes are particularly high and the operations are fraught with sensitivity. These agents are often deployed state-funded task forces to identify and apprehend individuals who are attempting to engage in illicit behaviors, such as solicitation, human trafficking, or the exploitation of minors. This section aims to elucidate the crucial function that undercover agents fulfill in the detection and prevention of sexual crimes, underscoring the ethical and legal challenges inherent in such covert operations. Next, let's review Arizona's legal perspective on charging sex trafficking in undercover operations. The possibility of charging an individual with sexual assault under circumstances involving an undercover agent is contingent upon a myriad of factors, most notably the issues of consent and the specific nature of the interaction. In such cases, the expertise of a Phoenix sex crime defense law firm becomes indispensable in dissecting the intricate legal frameworks and defending the accused's rights. Arizona's legal system, similar to that of many other jurisdictions, acknowledges the notion of attempted offenses, including that of attempted sex trafficking. This segment explores the conditions under which a person might be charged with sex trafficking during an undercover operation, focusing on the legal criteria for establishing such charges and the implications of attempting to commit a sexual assault against someone perceived to be a genuine victim without their consent. The key legal considerations include the following: intent and attempt. The prosecution of legal charges is often predicated on the accused's intent and the extent to which they have taken substantial steps toward committing the offense. Entrapment is not a defense. In cases where defendants claim that an undercover operation coerced them into committing an offense they otherwise would not have considered, the entrapment defense is not a viable defense in cases where the decoy tells the accused that they are a minor. And legal representation. The intricacies of cases that involve undercover agents and sexual assault charges necessitate expert legal representation. This highlights the imperative for those facing such charges to secure the services of experienced legal professionals who are adept at navigating the subtleties of the law, including entrapment defenses, to safeguard the defendant's rights throughout the judicial process. It's crucial to understand that facing charges related to a sex crime carries significant consequences, regardless of the circumstances. Take proactive steps now to secure expert defense against sex trafficking and aggravated luring charges by turning to the experienced lawyers at VS Criminal Defense Attorneys. Facing charges or allegations of sex trafficking and aggravated luring necessitates the skills of an experienced sex crimes lawyer who can navigate the law, formulate a strong defense, and protect your rights. If you or someone you know is facing such serious allegations, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. VS Criminal Defense Attorneys is here to listen, provide support, and explore your legal options. For expert legal support in Arizona, turn to VS Criminal Defense Attorneys. Don't face these challenges alone and contact us today for a solid defense. Call us at 480-923-9001 or visit us online at vsattorney.com.
Thank you for listening to the VS Criminal Defense Attorneys podcast. VS Criminal Defense Attorneys are focused on offering clients personalized service and aggressive representation. Our attorneys are passionate about individual rights, government accountability, and personal freedom. No matter what you are charged with, our criminal defense attorneys will be there to guide you. Call today to schedule your strategy session. It is time to fight back.